Here we go. This would be normal, and this would be with small caps option. We could set some of it to a little bit higher, and we could set some of it to a little bit lower. You can underline, you can cross through, and also an option that I haven't shown you yet is you can change how it is aligning. So this is, this is the same thing as you'd have in Word. If you have the character window open in the same place, if you click on the other tab, you'll get the paragraph window. If you're not able to find it, you can always go to Window Paragraph independently and make it pop up or disappear if it's already there. In the paragraph window, you can center things, you can make things right aligned, you can justify align them, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. There's indenting options, how hyphenation is used. Wow, it's just, it's like a pathetic version of InDesign almost. All right, so those are all the options. In fact, let me open up that character window one more time. Get it off of small caps. In fact, get all of these away. Yuck, yuck, great, and get out of this. Control-, and just decrease the size of the font a little bit by doing it like this. All right, so those are all the options of the character window and the paragraph window. Let's say you want to change, let's say you want to give it a drop shadow or something like that. So take this layer, which I actually think would look better in black. So I'm going to go onto text and change this to black. Does it? Nah, not really. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that red box. Maybe if I moved this here, made this red box disappear, made it so the red box went up here. All right, whatever. This isn't a design tutorial. If it was, it would be really lousy. Fortunately, it's not. So that's good. All right, so let's say that I had this done and I wanted to edit the font. We already know that in order to change the name of a layer, you just double-click it and, rename it. If you double-click somewhere in the layer that is not the font, such as this outside area, you'll get a large box that looks like this. Hold up, it's opening up, called the Layer Styles box. And what the Layer Styles box does is it allows you to change just a bunch of layer styles. Let's say you wanted to give it a outer glow. So just click on outer glow. I'm not going to go over all of these options as I feel they're pretty hokey, but some of them are sometimes useful. Let's say we wanted to add a stroke. Stroke in the color, we could do red here, but let's just do it in gray to keep things rather subtle. Press OK. You'll notice that it gets a little bit of a stroke. You can increase the size of the stroke. You can decrease the size of the stroke. You can do things such as, drop shadows, which right now is black, so it's not going to be all that viewable. If we set it to white and screen, don't worry about what screen means right now. We still aren't able to see it because you can't see a shadow on black. That's just how the world works. So we're going to get rid of that. There's a bunch of options here, things such as, bevel and emboss. If you want to make it look 3D-ish, great. I don't at all. So I just wanted to add a little bit of a stroke and make you aware that there's a bunch of options out there. Just to show you the shadow option, I'm going to move this up here, double click it again to go back into the effects window and give it a drop shadow. And now you can see that for some reason it's not working. Probably because we have a drop shadow on white on multiply here. This is going to work, I thought. Maybe it's not far enough away. Let's increase the distance. There we go. So you got to play around with them. If something doesn't work, fix it. Change the blurriness, change all the features. These are something that's really good just to play around with the different features in. So I can move this back down here. But I kind of liked it up there. Thought it did the job nicely. In order to finish this off, I'm just going to add an image into it. So just drag this in. It's a little bit large, or actually a little bit small. We're going to have this completely fill up this side. Just Control-T to transform it, and just moving this around using the nudge tool. Great. Going to duplicate it and put it on the other side as well. So we have a couple of wonderful flowers which really complete this image. And in fact, let's put a little sunflower in the middle because oh my, that would just make this perfect. All right, so just duplicating that, going to decrease it, decrease the size, and you know what? I don't want the whole sunflower to show. I just want the yellow part of the sunflower to show. Just the, just this yellow part right here. But that's going to take a little while to explain. So, we're going to end this session, and in the next session, I'll talk about selecting out how to just get this yellow part of the flower. It'll also work with non-flower examples, but hopefully that will be clear in the next lesson.